Hi everyone! As you all know, Christmas is in the air, and of course we can't let it pass without baking healthy Christmas cookies. And the wonderful thing about them is, you can eat them without remorse and without having to get rid of extra pounds with the aid of gym machines after the festivities. I've selected 3 different kinds of sugar-free whole grain cookies which we are going to bake in this video. Peppernuts, Linzer tarts and Vienna nut cookies. I took the recipes from the cookbooks by Helma Danner. Because the different doughs need to stand different numbers of hours, and since I want to bake them as time efficiently as possible, we split the work over 2 days and only prepare the dough for the peppernuts today, which needs to rest overnight. For the peppernuts we need 200 grams of honey, 4 tablespoons of cream, 4 tablespoons of water, 4 tablespoons of lemon juice along with the untreated zest of a lemon, 30 grams of candied lemon peel, 30 grams of candied orange peel, 40 grams of almonds, 250 grams of whole wheat flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 3 pinches of cayenne pepper, 1 pinch of cardamom, 1 pinch of ground ginger, 2 tablespoons of cocoa, 2 pinches of baker's ammonia, 1 teaspoon of rum. For the garnishment, about 45 quarters of walnuts, 1 tablespoon of cream, 1 tablespoon of water. For the preparation, we simply give all the ingredients into a bowl. The honey, the cream, the water, the lemon zest, which we'll have to grate first, and the juice of this lemon, the candied lemon and orange peel, the ground almonds, the whole wheat flour, the baking soda, the cinnamon, cayenne pepper, cardamom, ginger, the cocoa, the baker's ammonia, and the rum. Then we knead all this with a hand mixer. Cover the bowl with a clean tea towel. And let it stand overnight. Now the next day has begun. Our peppermint dough has rested overnight, and now the real work can begin. First, we prepare the dough for the Vienna nut cookies, which is just as easy as the preparation of the peppermint dough has been. The ingredients we need for this recipe are: for the dough, 150 grams of whole wheat flour, 50 grams of honey, 1 egg yolk, 75 grams of ground hazelnuts, 80 grams of butter, 1 pinch of cinnamon. For the topping, 2 egg whites, 70 grams of honey, 100 grams of ground hazelnuts. For the garnishment, whole hazelnuts. Now we give everything into a bowl. The whole wheat flour, the honey, the egg yolk, the ground hazelnuts, and a pinch of cinnamon. The cold butter will be cut finely, so it mingles better with the other ingredients. Then we knead all this very thoroughly. Just as we did yesterday, we cover the bowl with a clean tea towel and turn our attention to the completion of the peppernuts. First, we place a baking tray on our table. You can either cover it with baking paper or grease and flour it. Now we take a teaspoon and cut off bits of dough about the size of a walnut. We take each bit into our hands, form it to a ball, and put it on the baking tray. On the whole, you should get about 45 dough balls, which fit onto one tray. Then we mix 1 tablespoon of cream with 1 tablespoon of water, and brush our dough balls with this mixture. Then we garnish each peppernut with a walnut quarter. And our first kind of cookies is already ready for the oven. We put the tray into the preheated oven at a temperature of 175 degrees Celsius or about 347 degrees Fahrenheit, using the second oven rail from the bottom. The baking time is 15 to 20 minutes. The next step is the preparation of the dough for the Linzer tarts. The ingredients for these are 300 grams of whole wheat flour, 1 heaped teaspoon of baking soda, 1 pinch of sea salt, 1 pinch of vanilla, 2 pinches of powdered cloves, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 2 eggs, 125 grams of honey, 1 teaspoon of cocoa, 75 grams of butter, 125 grams of a mixture of ground hazelnuts and almonds, 8 bitter almonds, 200 grams of red currant jam. As before, we put all the ingredients into a bowl. The whole wheat flour, the baking soda, the salt, the vanilla. Instead of vanilla extract, you can also use half a teaspoon of vanilla tincture, which is easy to make. You just put some vanilla beans into a jar, fill it up with rum and let it sit for some weeks. The cloves, the cinnamon, the eggs, the butter, the cocoa, the honey, the nuts, and, if you can get hold of them, the ground bitter almonds. You see, I don't have any. Again, we knead all this very well. And cover the bowl with our well-known tea towel. In the meantime, the peppernuts were ready in the oven, and I took the tray out and put them onto a cooling rack. Now it's time for the typical part of the Christmas baking, and my little sister will give me a hand. We roll out the dough for the Vienna nut cookies to a thickness of 3 to 4 millimeters. And cut out small forms like stars or anything you like of a diameter of about 4 centimeters. I take a star because this is so typical for Christmas. I cede this work to my sister because I must prepare the topping. When we used the yolk for the dough, there was 1 egg white left, which we give into a shaker. We separate a second egg, give the white also into the shaker, and the yolk into a small glass bowl. Together with a little bit of salt, we beat the egg white until it's stiff, add the honey, beat a bit more, and finally fold the nuts in. the cookies are transferred to the baking tray, we fill the topping into a decorating syringe or a decorating bag on which we put a star nozzle. Each cookie gets a blot of topping. To save time, it's the task of my elder sister, my camera woman, to garnish each cookie with a whole hazelnut. Ready for the oven. We will put the tray on the middle rail. Also at a temperature of 175 degrees Celsius or about 347 degrees Fahrenheit, they'll bake for about 10 minutes. Now there's only one dough left, which will be transformed into Linzer tarts. Here we roll out the dough in small portions, thickness about 3 millimeters. This time we have to cut out two different types, namely bottoms and uppers. We start with bottoms till the first tray is covered. Then we cut out the uppers, which have a hole in the middle. Of course, you can also use a glass for cutting out the cookies and a small round object for the hole in the uppers. We place the uppers as exactly as we manage onto the bottoms. Then we mix our spare egg yolk with a teaspoon of water, and brush the uppers with it. Be careful not to fill up the holes. In the last step, we fill the holes with the red currant jam. You'll find the recipe for this jam in my video about the preparation of bread and jam. And off with them into the oven. The temperature is the same as before. We use the middle rail and let them bake for 20 to 25 minutes. Our work is finished for today and Christmas can come. Just a little recommendation at the end. The Linzer tarts look more interesting and taste still better when you put a bit of fresh jam into the middle just before serving them. Now, we want to wish you all a very happy Christmas and a healthy, successful and interesting year 2024.